Put out that light! Put out that light!
Okay. Steady, Grano. You feeling yourself, Grano? You feeling yourself, Grano? Grano! Huh?
Give me some matches.
Matches? There you are. It's about time you pulled yourselves together as the next Grano. Supper will be here in 15 minutes.
You fully understand what we just done, don't you, Brandon?
Do I know what I've done? Yes, I know quite well what I've done. I have done murder.
Yes.
I have committed passionless, motiveless, hopeless, and clueless murder. Bloodless and noiseless murder.
Yes.
And immaculate murder. I have killed. I have killed for the sake of danger, for the sake of living. And I'm alive. Truly and wonderfully alive. Well, that's wrong, Grano. What's the matter? You getting superstitious?
No, I'm not getting superstitious.
And may I turn on the light?
No, you may not. Brandon?
Yes?
You remember when Ronald came in?
What do you mean when Ronald came in?
When he came in, you were standing right here at the door.
Yes?
Do you remember anybody standing, say, about 70 yards?
Well, what of it?
Oh, nothing. You know it's still in the room with us, right? Do you think we'll get away with it?
When? Tonight?
Yes.
Are you suggesting that some psychic force emanating from this chest is going to advise Mr. Johnson Kentley of the fact that the remains, or shall I say, the lifeless entirety, of its 20-year-old son is contained in this? My dear Grano, if you're feeling insecure, let me perhaps fortify you with a summary of facts. Maybe mathematics, as it were. Now, let me give you a nice...
But listen!
What?
Listen, I tell you!
Interesting.
I thought it was
Well, Sabo in the first place will not be here until 5 minutes to 9. Even if then, Sabo is seldom punctual. Sabo in the second place has been deprived by her wealthy master of her key. Therefore, she will win. Now, you know what, Grano? Let me give you a cool narration of our transaction, yeah? Now, this afternoon at about 2 o'clock, a young Ronald Kentley left his father's house visiting the Colosseum Music Hall. He did so. He was then met on the street by a very good friend and invited to this house. He was then given tea and refreshments, and then at 6:45 precisely, done to death by strangulation and murder. He was then subsequently deposited in this very chest. Now, tonight at 9 o'clock, his father, Mr. Johnson Kentley, his aunt, Mrs. Debenham, and 3 good friends of ours will join us for entertainment. They will talk small talk and depart. And then, tonight at 11 o'clock, this you...
Sorry. This party isn't split with it.
My dear Grano, have we already not agreed that the beauty and frequency of the evening resides in the party itself? Now, like I was saying, you and I will depart by car for Oxford, all right? We will carry our fellow undergraduate. Our fellow undergraduate will never be heard of again, all right? He will be just missing. Yeah? Now that is the complete story and perfection of criminality. The perfect story of the perfect crime. I'm quite lucid, am I not?
Yes.
Good. Now, the party itself, you see, so far from being its wonderful point. In fact, is the very apex and consummation of profit. Well, consider its ingredients. I still don't think we could have chosen better. Now, first, and by all means foremost, we have the father of the occupant of this chest. It is he as the father who gives the macabre quality of the evening. Good choice so far, right? Then, we require his wife. But she, being an invalid, is unobtainable, and we have procured his sister. The same thing applies to her. Hello?
Hello. Hello. This is Mayfair X143. Hello. Put out that light! Put out that light!
Okay, steady, Grano.
Hello? Hello.
Grano, put down the receiver. You're telling New York you're afraid. And sit down. Thank you. Then we have Kenneth Radlin and Layla Arnold. Now, Grano, they have been asked for their youth, innocence, and good spirits alone. Also in Radlin, who went to the same school and same university as ourselves, you have about the most perfect specimen of ordinary humanity obtained. Intellectual humanity is well represented. Then the same thing applies to his female counterpart, Layla Arden. Alright? Now, we have Rupert. Now in Rupert, Grano, we have a very intriguing proposition. In fact, Rupert is the one man alive who could have seen this from our angle. The artistic one. You might recall, at one point, we even contemplated to invite him to share our dangers. But we turned the notion down. Not because it would have been too much for him to swallow intellectually, but because, Grano, he would have not had the nerve. Grano! Good. Rupert is a damn brilliant poet, but perhaps a little fastidious. He could have invented and admired, but not acted. Right? Therefore, he is in the same ignorance as the rest. Nevertheless, he is intellect representative and valued as that. Grano.
Yes.
What's the time?
I think it's about 10 to.
So we'll be here in 5 minutes.
I know.
Now, may I turn on the light?
Must you? Can't you just go on talking?
No, I can't, I'm afraid.
Very well. Sure. Turn on the light.
Go ahead.
I'm better now.
Good. Very nice. Very nice.
Sorry.
Thank you. Man, I thought you lost your nerve for a moment there, Grano.
So did I. But I wasn't.
Good. Now, may I turn on the light proper?
Yes.
Good. All right. We are back. God damn you, fool! Didn't I tell you to check up in there?
What?
The boys' Colosseum ticket! We could hang on that! How in heaven's name?
My dear friend, yours must have been.
That has nothing to do with that, alright? It's your business to see what I don't see. How in heaven's name it got there, I don't know. Oh, shit! That's the ball. But listen up. Take this, okay? God's sake, quiet yourself and sit down. Alright? Yes, in here. Yep. Oh,
Evening, David. Yeah.
oh, thank you, Sabo.
I'm good, and I'd like to know you.
Very welcome, Sabo. Many thanks. Oh, sorry for my little outburst there, Grano. We're rather upset with you. You are quite correct. I should have seen that. How would that be? Neither do I. What's the time? Oh, well, 5 to. We can expect our first guest soon. Oh yes, that's all right, Sabo. Just lay it there, will you? The tables are being used for books.
Well, I can bring the table from upstairs, Dad.
Oh no, that's all right, Sabo.
Oh, Dad, always so trouble to bring from upstairs.
Nevertheless, Sabo, lay it there, will you?
Very good.
Oh, hello, Hammond at it again. Look at this, 106 North. How many is that, Sabo?
It is the tenth, Dad. You are the secretary.
I'm getting tired of this inquest of New York City girls and plucky New York typist brave attempts. Jim and Amy. Oh, here we are.
To bring in here, Dad.
Yes, in here.
Very good.
He's early, whoever he is. Hello, Raglan, old man, how are you? You know Grano, don't you?
Rather.
Quite a long time since we've seen each other, though.
Yes, isn't it? Oh, I say I'm terribly sorry. I've come dressed.
That's all my fault, my dear fellow. Please have a seat, please. Yes, I should have explained, but we leave for Oxbridge tonight.
Oh, no. Are you? I'm not going up till Friday.
Now, Kenneth, since you're here, what will you have to drink? I can do you a gin and Italian, gin and French, or gin and Angostura.
I should like a gin instead, I think.
Gin, good choice. All right. Yes, like I was saying, Kenneth, we leave tonight. Let us home in the moonlight by the automobile. And of course, you can see all this place is simply covered with books.
Cover with books?
Yes, I've come into a library.
Come into a library.
Of course, Kenneth, books really aren't in your line, are they?
No. Really? Only P.G. Woodhouse.
Oh, are you good at P.G. Woodhouse?
Yes. Why are you?
Yes, rather.
I shouldn't have thought you would have been.
Oh, rather.
Now, Kenneth, do you know of the old Jerry Ricken, an uncle of mine?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Well, he's just died lately.
Oh, has he? Yes.
Yes. It's his library, which he has very kindly and unexpectedly bestowed upon me.
Good Lord.
To the disgrace of Mr. Johnstone Kentley.
Oh, Mr. Johnstone Kentley? He's quite a famous collector, isn't he?
That's right, Kenneth. And he's coming here tonight.
Good heavens. It is the same man, is it? He lives on Fifth Avenue and has a son.
Quite right, Kenneth. Lives on Fifth Avenue and has a son. He also runs to a sister. She's coming too.
Oh, really?
And a reward of $10 is being offered to any person or persons forcing by dynamite or any other means more than 2 words out of her at the same time.
Why? Is she uncommunicative?
Is she uncommunicative? Uncommunicative, Kenneth, is not the word.
Really? Tell me, Mr. Johnstone's son, isn't that Ronald Kentley, the lad? The lad? Terribly good at sports.
That's right. You don't know him, do you?
No, I've never met him, but he wins hurdles and hundreds of yards and things like that, doesn't he?
That's right. In fact, he's the very living image of yourself.
Really?
Yes. Well, and you're curious why? Well, in every way. It's same age, same height, same color, same sweet and refreshing innocence.
Oh, shut up. I'm not an athlete anyway.
No, you're not, but you're just that much alike. In fact, no,
bring Mr. Johnstone here just sort of to make him grind his teeth with envy about the books then?
No, on the contrary, I will let him have exactly what he wants. Now, Kenneth, I'm telling you all this just to excuse the mess we are in. As you can see, we're having a meal of a chest.
Oh, yes, I thought it looked rather weird.
Good Lord, Kenneth, you're getting positively fat.
Am I?
Yeah, not the same kid who used to fetch for me at school.
Lord, that was a long while ago.
Well, it doesn't seem very long ago.
Of course, I used to think you an absolute hero in those days, Brandon.
Ah, did ya? Well, I was popular amongst the juniors.
It was I who was the unpopular one.
Oh, yes, I remember. I used to love you in those days.
Why'd you love him?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose games were the only things that ever counted in those days. I'm sure it was most.
It was. I can assure you I'm very harmless.
Ah, there we are. That must be Rupert Cadell. Kenneth, do you know Mr. Cadell?
No, I can't say I have.
No? You must be before your time. No, excuse me. Oh, come on in, my dear, the ravishing Layla Arden. How are you? Please, come on in. You know Brano, don't you?
Hello.
This is Mr. Kenneth Radlin.
Hello.
Hello.
My dear, will you have a cocktail? Kenneth is having a gin and Italian.
I would adore one.
All right.
So how are you getting along?
Oh, very well, thanks, Pat. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. Of course, I simply know that I've seen you somewhere before.
Really?
You're not a Manchester by the Sea expert, are you?
No, I just go there occasionally, that's all.
How weird. I can really swear that I've seen you somewhere before.
Oh, how weird.
Yes, isn't it?
Previous incarnation, I suppose.
Oh,
Here you are, Layla.
thank you.
Please have a seat, please. Yes, you can see we're in a horrible mess altogether. I mean, Ken will tell you all about it. I have come to a library.
Come into a library, my dear? My dear, how weird.
Yes, and I hope you're not thinking you'll get something to eat, because we are very humble and the servants are away.
Oh, no, you told me that, and I had simply gluttonous high tea. Gorge, my dear.
Oh, that's great. Now listen, Layla, I really would have asked you to come today, but this is our only chance to see you before we go.
Oh, you're going up to Oxford tonight, then?
That's right.
Of course, I'm feeling absolutely ghastly coming just like this.
Oh, boy, I'm sure I ought to be dressed, too. Of course, you must admit, my dear, this is a most mysterious and weird deal.
Why mysterious and weird?
Oh, I don't know, just mysterious and weird. Don't you think it's mysterious and weird? That's such a queer time to begin with.
Ah, here we are. That must be old man Ketley. Please forgive me for a moment. I must usher him in.
Who is the newcomer?
The newcomer, Layla, is the revered Mr. Johnstone Ketley. And he's here looking books,
My dear.
which of course it may be Rupert, which I think it is.
Which of course is something that never can be done. Ah, Brunello, how you doing? How you getting on?
Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me introduce you all. Mrs. Debenham. Hello, ma'am. How are you? You know Miss Layla Arden. This is Mr. Johnstone. This is Miss Layla Arden.
How do you do?
How do you do?
And this is Mr. Kenneth Radlin.
How do you do, sir?
How do you do?
Now, if you please follow me, sir. Here's an armchair, more or less in your line. Please, sir, have a seat. And here's a chest from which we're going to feed. The tables are being commanded for books.
That's not a clone, is it?
No, sir, no, it's not genuine. It's a reproduction, but it's a very nice piece. I bought it from Italy. Now, sir, will you have a cocktail?
Oh, good heavens, no, my boy.
And you, Mrs. Debenham? You won't?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what can I do you for? I can do a gin and Italian, gin and French, or gin and Angostura.
Yes, please.
These books I'm gonna see, where are they, Brandon?
Oh, the books. Yes, sir, the books are in the other room, the dining room. There's no room in there, and I'll lay them out the best I can.
I should be interested to see them. Most interested.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to remember that Wickham had a really remarkable little lot of Shakespearean.
That's right, sir. But I'm afraid the folios were sold before he died. But you know what? We have some really good stuff on the Quattros and some really good stuff on the Peconia.
Ah, bacon, my boy. Now, that's a special favorite of mine.
Of course, all this is too technical and peculiar.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
But I expect Mrs. Debenham has learned to put up with something, hasn't she?
Yes. Well, I'm simply too philistine for words. Do go on. Tell us about bacon.
I think we should restrain ourselves.
Oh, no, you must go on. You must tell us all about bacon. Well, wasn't he that person who kept rushing around pretending to be Shakespeare? No.
Oh, here we are, lost as usual, Mr. Cadell. Now, Mr. Cadell, this is Mrs. Debenham. How do you do? This is Miss Layla Arden. How do you do?
How do you do?
Mr. Johnstone Kentley. How do you do, sir? And Mr. Kenneth Bradley.
How do you do?
Tell me, I don't quite follow. Have I come dressed or have others come undressed? I telephoned an inquiry but was unable to obtain the answer.
Now, Rupert, sit down and contain yourself.
What in heaven?
Oh, yes, Rupert. We're having a meal off our chest.
Are we?
Yes.
Why are we having our meal off the chest?
Because it's a very nice chest. All tables are being used for books.
Just haven't you heard? The entire place is absolutely covered with library.
Now, Rupert, will you have a cocktail?
No, thank you. I've had 4 already.
4?
Yes. Why aren't I carrying my drink?
You're carrying it all right. It's just rather a mean advantage, that's all.
Okay, that's all right, Isabel. I'll bring you in your truth and you can clear away.
Thank you, sir.
So when do we begin to have our meal off the chest? I'm personally quite peckish.
But as a matter of fact, we're going to start right away. Now, everybody, listen up. There's a lot of stuff here, all right? People love sandwiches, salmon, fruits. I mean, just look at this amazing stuff. All you got to do is rally around and help us.
Are you the great Cadell then?
Oh, sir, have you heard of me?
What? Mitchell, come on, at least a lot of them.
Sir, I do hope you're not confusing me with the other Cadell.
No, there's no confusion. You do write poems, don't you?
So I've been told, but then so does the other Cadell, a devastating creature who spells his name too.
No, there's no confusion.
I never knew you thought it was Cadell too.
Hey,
Yeah, same here. I knew a Cadell once. She only spoke her name with one D, though. Louise the Cadell. Horrible old hag she was. Used to live on the Upper East Side.
Dear heavens, the young man alludes to my aunt.
I'm terribly sorry. Have we come to break?
No, you said a mouthful. Can I have another one of these? I say, must we have our meal off the chest?
Here you are, Rupert. Here you are, sir. Is Miss Kentley feeling any better, sir?
I'm afraid not. I'm afraid she's still in bed.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And how is Ronald getting on?
Ronald is getting along well. No, he's merely idling now, much like you two are doing.
Oh, but does he like it? Does he like that?
Oh, no, he doesn't want to get back. He's enjoying himself.
Who is Ron?
Ronald is my son and heir, 20 years of age.
I know, Ronald. He was in the papers the other day for winning the high jump at the varsity sport.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, there was a picture of me next door to it.
What?
Yes, not so. For winning at the high jump. Yes, an old friend indeed.
Yes, he's a very sprightly lad, Ronald.
Brandon says he's like me. Is that true, sir?
Why, yes. When you come to think of it, quite like, really.
No, apparently.
My dear, how excruciating.
And what way is he like me, sir?
Oh, I don't know, just in general youthfulness.
And freshness. And innocence.
Oh, shut up, Brandon.
He's so afraid that they won't think of him a man, isn't he?
I'm afraid they both won't feel that way for long, though.
No, they won't. Poor dear.
I mean, my poor boy, he's the most innocent child thing in the world. I think his only passion in holiday times is the movies. I mean, just at one time he was rushing out to the Coliseum.
But that's not the movie, did it, sir? I thought it was a music hall. Not that I know. I've never been there in my life.
You have never been to the Coliseum?
Why should he have been to the Colosseum?
Oh, I don't know, I just thought everybody had been.
Well, I haven't. Neither have I. Is that the place near the Haymarket?
My dear, you're mixing it up with the Capitol? What abysmal ignorance.
You would have been a bad dog at the ancient Roman Grenada.
Certainly he would have, indeed, during the time of the Caesars, confusing the Colosseum with the Capitol would have been, or so I should imagine, almost fatal. You'd have been taken up.
So what was the Capitol then? Was it where they all got up and went forth?
The Capitol, or so I've been told, is the ancient Roman temple to Jupiter on the Tarpeian Hill.
My dear, how sweet. Oh,
Wherein exactly were the ancient Romans?
my dear, going in for Jupiter and going in for temples and all that, such an awful lot of bother about nothing.
That is one way of looking at it.
All right, well, you must have
But
been.
return to the present for just one moment. Brunello, you mean to say that you have never been to the Colosseum?
No, never. Why?
You have not. Dear me, dear me.
Yes. Why?
And it just surprised me that you can stand there and puff out your chest and say that you have never been to the Colosseum before. Well, the hog-like sharpness of my vision says otherwise.
Why? Is it a crime never to have been to the Colosseum?
No, certainly it is not a crime.
Well, if that's the case, I myself am guilty. I've never been.
No, sure. I'm certain it's not a crime. I merely thought that Granillo, standing here in this beautiful dark blue suit, was not the sort of man to have never been to the Colosseum before. That is all.
Well, I haven't. Well, anyway, sir, you mean to say Ronald did go to the Colosseum, right?
Yeah.
I would have been.
No, I'm beginning to think that there's some sort of ulterior motive.
What do you mean
to this
ulterior motive?
chest picnic.
Ah, you mean it's done purely to make poor Rupert spill things over his trousers.
I think it's more than likely.
Oh, I suspect much worse than that. I think you committed murder. And the whole thing is just chock full of rotting bones. Isn't it just the sort of thing for rotting bones?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my dear, you're right. And I won't let you see the inside of that chest for the world.
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't, and it's no good trying to bluff me out, pretending you let me see it, because
But my dear, that's exactly what I said. I wouldn't do.
I have my suspicions.
But surely, your murderer having chopped up and concealed his victim's body in a chest, he wouldn't invite his friends around to eat off of her.
Not unless he was a very stupid, very conceited murderer.
Very stupid and very conceited.
Which indeed he might be.
In fact, it's what all criminals are.
I don't think that's the case.
Oh, speaking of murder, did you see that new thing at the new gallery?
Yes, I saw that. Wasn't it good?
Oh, it was. Oh, I didn't like that new woman though. I didn't think she was much.
No, she wasn't much good, but that other one was. Oh, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Oh, it wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Heaven help me, we've fallen amongst
Oh,
fans.
of course, the man that I have a passion for is William Powell.
Is he good?
Oh, my dear, absolutely marvelous, so strong, silent. In fact, I think I like him more than John Gilbert now.
Oh, do you like John Gilbert?
Oh, yes, I think he's rather good.
Yeah, he is good, but he's not as good as Ronald Colman, though.
Do you think so? Did you see him in the old version of The Merry Widow?
Yes, I saw him in that. He was rather good, but he had a mustache in that, didn't he?
I expect that improved him greatly.
Didn't John Gilbert always have a mustache?
Oh, no, rather not. I've seen him in thousands of books with that. Oh, he really was.
The early one.
Oh, by the way, did you see Robert Montgomery in that new thing with Joan Crawford? I'm getting the name. It's a wonderful something, and it was all sort of very, you know.
I, for one, at the moment of speaking, do not.
Well, yes, I know what you mean. Wonderful.
Something or.
I'd forgotten what, but it was a totally good film, though, wasn't it? What did you think of her, Joan Crawford?
Like all of these, you know.
Oh, I thought she was rather good.
Well, you know, I went to the pictures the other day and saw Mary Pickford.
Oh, how did you like her?
Oh, she's like all of those, you know.
What was she in, anyway?
You know, I can't quite recall. It was the something. Yeah, something like that indeed.
I don't believe you ever went.
I never thought you were a fan like this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I simply abhor the things myself.
Oh, what on moral grounds?
No, just that they just make me go to sleep. Besides, all this place is also infernally stuffy. What about you, Mrs. Debenham? What do you think about films?
No, I don't. Oh, well,
Oh,
you-
pardon me. I'm not quite sure what Mrs. Debenham's opinion is. She says she does not. Does that mean she does not think about film, or that she merely does not think at all?
Yes, decidedly.
Anyways, who says books?
Finally.
Yes, that's a very good idea.
We also have a gramophone for the very young in case they wanna dance.
Oh, but I thought you said the place was covered with books.
No, there's room to dance.
Hello. You got a wireless, I see.
Yes, we do. Well, let's see what's on. But I don't think we'll be dancing yet.
Oh, probably not until 11.
Yeah, it's not working.
Then cut it off.
Sorry. Mr. Johnstone, this way, sir, if you please follow me. And Mrs. Debenham, you dance, don't you?
I really couldn't say.
But we never know until we try.
I beg your pardon.
Granted, utterly.
Well, anyways, come along, the rest of you, if you want to. There are all right kids in here.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Rupert,
Well, you seem rather worn out.
Do I? I don't feel like it.
You seem a bit touchy.
Who, me? No. I'm a bit liverish. But I took a nap this afternoon, so that tends to put me up for the remainder of the day.
Now that's what I do.
Quite nice. Writing anything lately?
Yes, a little something about doves, a little something about the rain, both good, very good in fact, and then there's the big work to be getting on with.
That going well?
Yes, Granillo, it promises not only to be the greatest thing I've ever written, but also the greatest thing I have ever read. So you and Brandon go tonight for Oxbridge.
That's right.
When do you plan on leaving?
Oh, about 10:30.
Driving there when about?
3.
Do your form of enjoyment. And that's like you, isn't it?
Lovely moonlight night tonight.
It's not. It is raining already. It is. Listen.
Well, I stand corrected. It is coming down out there, isn't it?
Ooh. What have we here? Conrad. Dear me, dear me.
Rhino!
Hello?
Rhino, you're wanted! Coming!
Are you coming?
No. Evening, Sabot.
Good evening, Sam.
Are you getting on?
Very well, thank you, Sam.
Promises to be a dirty night tonight,
Yes, it is pretty now, Sam.
though I expect Mr. Brandon will still be going.
Pardon, Sam?
Mr. Brandon will still be going to Oxford.
Oh, yes, I suppose so.
Have you any idea of the date, Sabot?
Yes, it is the 16th, Sam.
The 16th.
No, Sam, forgive me. It is the 17th. The 17th.
17th, yes, that is. That's what I thought. Have you been getting into trouble, Sabot?
Trouble, Sam?
Yes, Sabot, trouble.
Hey, trouble, Sam?
Uncanny as it may seem, Sabot, the word I employed in this moment was, in fact, trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Have you a variety to choose from?
Oh, yes, well, now, she's full of trouble.
Certainly she is. Indeed, at times it seems as though she is nothing more than an unintermittent stream of nothing but trouble. I was, however, referring to, in this moment, trouble with your employer.
Me, Sarah? Oh, Sarah, what should make you think so?
Well, I rang this house at about 8:45, and I heard the most hysterical noises.
Hysterical noises, Sarah?
Hysterical about noises. It sounded as though somebody had lost their nerve. I was wondering if you were the cause.
Me? No, Sarah. I was not here till that tonight.
Then are you the one who goes to the Coliseum?
Yes, sir.
I said, are you the one who goes to the Coliseum?
Oh, no, sir, I did not hear, sir. The Coliseum? No, sir.
You don't.
The musical?
Yes, that's the one.
No, sir. I was there once, many years ago.
But not recently.
No, sir.
Then is it Mr. Granello who frequents the Coliseum?
Mr. Canelo, sir?
Or is it Mr. Brandon who goes to the play?
Mr. Brandon?
Hello, Mr. Brandon. What's all Mr. Brandon about?
Brandon, I was just asking the good Sabot here if Mr. Brandon would still be going up to Oxford tonight despite all this weather. Wasn't I, Sabot?
Yes, sir.
Well, I hope she told you we are. I mean, come on. It's going to rain anyway. Besides, there's no one here to offer us. So. What's he reading? The Robert? Why don't you come on in, Rupert?
No.
Oh, yes. Sabot, since everything is clear, you can go away.
Thank you, sir.
Be right back.
Sabot is what we call a white one.
White one, sir? Oh, yes. The white one.
You got something, Sabot?
Which one, sir?
Good evening, Sabot.
Hello.
Good evening.
Sabot gone, huh?
Yes, Brandon Sabot gone. No, Brandon, I've had a rather queer thought.
Weird. Oh, exactly.
All this talk of rotting bones and chests.
Talk about rotting bones and chest, Rupert?
Yes.
What about them?
Do you remember when you were an infant, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
I used to sit around the fire and tell me stories.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember your chest complex?
My chest complex.
Yes, whatever the story was. Radical, detective, murder, adventure, ghost. It always contained a marvelous denouement with a bloody chest containing corpses. You had a perfect mania for it. Don't you remember?
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
How should you remember it?
Yeah, quite agree. I remember now. What about it, though?
Nothing, just a queer thought, that's all.
How queer exactly?
Just queer. All of us sitting around here tonight talking about rotting bones and chests. It came back to me, that's all.
Oh, all this talk. Right. That makes sense. Now, Rupert,
Yeah.
will you have some of this?
What's that? Whiskey? Yes. Thank you.
Now, don't get up. Don't get up. I'll bring it right over. Just tell me when.
When? No, a little more. When? Thank you.
Oh, happy.
How is the old man getting on with his books?
Oh, yeah. As far as I can see, he's taking the entire library with him. I'm simply saying goodbye to it.
I did not know you were a collector.
Well, I've been one for a year.
What's your line?
Well, I've had some theories about the Victorians. Everything comes around in time, you know.
For example?
For example, Matthew Arnold, Carlyle, people of that sort.
Matthew Arnold, perhaps.
What's wrong with Carlyle anyway?
My dear Brandon, an unspeakable person. Pull yourself together.
Well, I don't agree with you. I think he's got guts.
Guts.
Yes, and some kind of angry righteousness, which you don't see nowadays.
Well, thank God for that.
Well, anyways, Rupert, I must go on and function. You coming?
Yes, I suppose so. What's the time? I want to be home early tonight.
Plenty of time. Come along. Just give me a second. After you, sir. Oh, Rupert, I think I forgot my cigarette case. I'll be right back. What? What? What's the matter? What's the matter, man? I thought it was him. I thought it was Ronald. Ronald. Take this. Be quick. Be quick, man. What were you doing down here anyway? Were you trying to scare me? I wasn't trying to scare you, okay? I wasn't even sure it was you. Now, why were you sneaking in like that? You got what you deserved. You upset me.
I was coming back to see if everything was all right. I'm sorry. My nerves are just shook right now, but I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Tell me some more of that. Please.
Ronald. Sit down. Sit down.
For God's sake, don't get drunk on this, all right?
Okay? Hey! Get me?
Yes.
Hey, what's the matter? What's the matter, man? Hey! You can stop if you want to. Put yourself together. Hey! What?
I'm all right. Just went down the wrong way. What are you doing back here?
They won those Beethoven records, you know, the old ones. I couldn't find them in there. You had them, didn't you? They're upstairs.
They're upstairs.
Okay, I'll go get them. But where are they?
They'll be a hell of a nuisance to get because they're in the box. I think it's locked.
What, the green one?
Yes. Like I said, it's locked. You didn't need to make some.
Why don't you go and tell them? Hey, Ronald, you okay, right?
Yes.
Ronald! Shut the door. You've got that little ticket, haven't you? You better give it to me right now. I'm going to destroy it right away.
What ticket?
Ronald's ticket.
What Ronald's ticket?
Don't dither, Ronald. Ronald's ticket. Ronald's Coliseum ticket.
I don't have Ronald's Coliseum ticket.
Not so loud you will get.
You didn't give me Ronald's Coliseum ticket.
Don't be a fool, Ronald. I gave it to you.
No. You did not give me the.
Ronald!
Wait!
Ronald! Wait! Hip pocket! Get your hip pocket right now!
You did it!
I did! Look
You did!
No,
You did!
you did not.
I gave it in your hand!
I never
did! In your hand!
Check to see if you got it.
How would I have it? How would I have it? Vincent! I need it right now! What? What?
I put it in my waistcoat pocket.
Waistcoat pocket, yes! Check it! Check it right now! Check it! Where is it?
I don't have it.
Where is it now? Where is it now?
My dear friend, what have you lost?
My temper, Rupert. Sorry, Grano.
Well, I do hope I'm not interfering.
No. You don't know Grano and I behave like this, did you? But we often have outbursts like this. Always about trifles, eh, Grano?
We do.
On this occasion, Rupert was a case of the old Beethoven records, which the poor Grano couldn't produce. So I was styling him for his remittance. The party will do without its Beethoven records.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. It's a queer thing to quarrel about.
Yes, but we do quarrel about queer things, don't we, Grano?
Can I have a drink, please?
Yes.
With some soda?
Sorry.
Thank you. Ever so much. Well, I'm in here on a bit of an errand, actually.
An errand.
Yes, I need some rope.
Rope.
Rope. I'm so excited. The young people in the other room, having exhausted the lyric possibilities of the gramophone, have decided to devote their entire youthful elan and ingenuity into the composition of a parcel. And they want something to do it up with.
A parcel.
Yes, the old man's book. You should go and check on him. I'm sure he's lifting all your bets. Hello, here we are. It's coming down now.
Oh. Damnation. Where are the servants? Where are the servants?
Surely, Brandon, you're not going out in all of this.
Well, certainly we are. I mean, it'll clean up pretty soon. Besides, we have nowhere to sleep. All the beds are dismantled.
Well, that needn't worry you. You can come around and put up with me if you care. I've plenty of room.
That's okay, my old boy. I think we'll make it work.
Have it your own.
Hello, did you hear that?
Yes, we're simply scared out of our wits.
Well, it's simply coming down in sheep. Surely you two are not still going off to Oxford tonight.
Certainly we are.
But, my dear, you'll be simply flooded out. You'll be swamped out, my dears. I mean, look at that.
Looks like you want some string, Lila.
Oh, yes, we are making a parcel. All right, we got some books, and now we just need some paper. Have you got some paper? No, I've forgotten the paper. Well, go get it. Be quick. Right you are.
While you're in there, get the cigarettes too, Kenneth.
Right you are. Oh, can I see what's on?
Certainly.
Now's the time of night when I really enjoy the wireless.
That will be the storm, I expect. Here you are.
Thank you.
And here you are. Thank you. All right, and now we just need the string. Have you got the string?
Oh, I think it's in the other room. I'll go get it.
No, I'll get it. Where is it?
Oh, it's in the big waist thing.
Do you know the big vase thing?
Yes, I know. I'll get it.
Isn't he sweet?
Yes, he's rather a lamb, isn't he?
Yes. I decided duck.
And here we are. Oh, and Mr. Johnstone wanted to know if he could browse that top shelf sort of thing. I didn't quite follow what he meant.
Oh, yes, I know what he means. Ronald,
Huh?
why don't you go in and explain to him the poor old man is getting into hopeless muddles.
Just a little, I think.
I should say completely.
Yeah, Toronto, yeah, he's a bit drunk. It's the whiskey, though.
Hi, here we are. Coming back again.
Oh, my hat.
Looks like you're afraid of storms, Layla.
My dear, I am. I simply rush around in circles. It's genetics. You should see my mother.
What does she rush around in?
My dear, she doesn't. She simply hides herself away in cupboards.
Really?
All entangled up in the linen, my dear. If that should come on again, you will all probably see me take a violent plunge into that chest.
I should love to see that.
Head foremost, my dear. But can you get into that chest or is it locked?
Can you get into that chest, Brandon? Or is it locked?
Yes, you can go inside it if you want to.
Well, then I'm safe.
It has a lock on it, though.
Yes, it does.
Oh, he has his murdered man in there. Oh, so we have!
We've done that, haven't we?
You may have forgotten. I did not. Oh, I say, can I have another spot?
Oh, sorry, Layla, certainly. Yourself, Kenneth?
Well, I think I would, really.
That's what he's been committing, murder. You should maybe move your fingers a little. And now, here we are, and we have all caught him red-handed.
My dear Layla, you don't know how near the mark you are.
Don't I? I know exactly what is in this chest.
And what is that?
It's an old man, and you saw him in the street, and you killed him to death for the gold fillings in his teeth. You've a lust for gold, my dear.
Looks like you've been following me, Layla.
No, but it is locked, isn't it? And why does it have a padlock? What have you got in there?
But my dear, you just told everybody here what's inside it.
No, really, I think you ought to let us have a look. Have you got the key?
Yes, I do.
All right, well then hand it over.
I'll be hanged if I do.
But, my dear, if you are innocent, here is your chance to prove it.
My dear, I just told you that I'm not innocent. My hands are red with a crime that I committed less than 3 hours ago.
All right, if you won't, you won't. All the same, if I had a strong man about me, he'd force it from you.
I'll be your strong man.
Will you? All right then, go and be strong.
How do I do that?
That's up to you.
All right, then. Now then, Brandon, hand it over, or it will be the worse for you.
Say he, I'm the other fearlessly.
Come and get it, Kenneth.
Which pocket is it?
Top right.
Mine are yours.
Mine.
Seize it!
I'll give him 10 seconds, shall I?
Right you are. 10 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Won't you surrender?
6,
No.
7. Oh, hooray! What will they not do for me? Lauding each other on the court.
We cannot on every occasion be strong, but it is always possible to be silent. What did he do to you?
Wait, buddy, but my arm! I say, Brandon, you don't know your own strength, you know. You gave me awful terrible tug.
Oh, I'm really sorry, Kenneth, really.
No, that's quite all right. That's what you did me in school. So I'm not your strong man after all.
Oh, here. You come here to Mother Heart. I think he is a beast.
No, Layla, just a desperate criminal. Please forgive me.
Well, all right. I forgive you. She had room in her heart for the lowest of God's creatures, for an outcast and a criminal.
So interested in crime we all seem tonight. Why poor Brandon can't be allowed to commit his own murder in any peace I don't.
But, my dear, I am a sleuth. It's a professional interest.
Pro-life?
Yes, Pearl White. Besides, it's simply a matter of bringing assassins to justice.
How is it?
And how would you do that?
By having them arrested, of course.
Oh, would that do it? I've heard of assassins being brought to the Old Bailey, but seldom have I heard them being brought to justice. I do hope you're not confusing the two.
Not with the Old Bailey, anyway.
My dear Layla, its blemish is singular but ineradicable. It is human. Justice is not.
Here, here.
I say, are you one of those people who don't approve of capital punishment?
No, No, I think I approve of murder too much to approve of capital punishment.
Approve of murder?
My dear Layla, there are so many people I would so willingly murder, including the very members of my own family, including the so felicitously described by Mr. Raglan as living on the Upper East Side, that it'd be positively disingenuous to say that I don't approve of murder. Moreover, I have committed murder myself.
And how do you get that?
It's all simply a question of scale. You, my dear friends, have paradoxically a horror for murder on a small scale, a veneration for it on a large one. That is the difference between what we call murder and war. Suppose for one instant a man murders another in the back alleyways of New York for, let's say, since you have suggested it, the gold fillings in his teeth. Well, all society calls out revenge upon the miscreant. They call that murder. But when the entire youth and manhood of one nation rises up to slaughter the entire youth and manhood of another, not even for the gold fillings in each other's teeth, well, all society applauds that outrage, venerates it, calls it war. How then can I say that I don't approve of murder when I've acted upon these very assumptions myself in the last great war, a lamentable thing, and responsible for the fact that instead of being able to frolic about the gramophone with the two of you tonight, a thing I very much should have liked to have done, I have to hobble about on one leg like an old man. But my point is that I have proven that I don't disapprove of murder. Haven't I?
No, you have not. You would be the first to be horrified by a murder if it truly happened under your own nose.
I wonder.
Besides, you must have some moral standards.
Must I? I don't recall any.
No, don't be absurd. You wouldn't hurt a fly.
Wouldn't I? I've heard thousands in my time.
Well,
Anyway, perhaps...
Please go on.
No, do go on.
No, please, you do go on.
All I was going to... I'm very sorry.
No, please, you do go on.
Shall we toss up?
I was just going to say.
Yes.
I was just going to say that I call that a jolly good parcel.
Excellent.
What were you going to say?
You know, I really can't remember. What are your moral standards, Layla?
Mine?
I think Layla believes in the Ten Commandments, doesn't she?
No, surely not.
Well, why? What's wrong with the Ten Commandments?
Nothing whatsoever. Indeed, I have no doubt they were of the profoundest significance to the nomadic needs of the tribe to whom they were delivered. Their inadequacy and irrelevance for today, however, must be sufficient to condemn them. I have often attempted to discover whether it is within the range of any of us to follow each one of them. Honor thy father and mother. Of course I do. How could I do otherwise? In fact, I have never once failed, on the occasion of my birthday, to send them a telegram of congratulations. Whether or not that is sufficient to get me into the promised land must remain in doubt. But look at the others. Keep holy the Sabbath day. And don't. Take not the name of the Lord in vain. I do. Thou shalt not commit murder. But I have done murder, as I have explained.
And what about the seventh, Rupert?
Committed since infancy. Thou shalt not steal. For property, as Proudhorn tells us, is theft. And I am a man of property. Moreover, this is your lighter. Honestly, the only clause I can say that I can follow is that little stricture regarding my neighbor's ox and my neighbor's ass. Few and far between are my neighbors who own oxes. Fewer and farther between are my neighbors who own asses. I honestly think I could stand before either party in an emergency with a clear conscience. But it might be different if I lived in a rural
I still say that you could not commit a murder. Your conscience would not let you.
But have I a conscience?
Yes, I quite agree. As for one who doesn't have a conscience, murder can be a very engrossing adventure.
You mean a motiveless murder?
Yes.
Yeah, that really does happen sometimes, doesn't it? You get people who murder purely sort of for the fun of the thing, don't you?
Very peculiar idea of fun.
No, but I've heard of cases like that.
Certainly you have. And I, for one, can enter into the excitement of it all. The problem with that sort of murderer, though, is that he's bound to be found out.
Why should he be found out?
Because, my dear Brandon, that sort of murder would not be a motiveless murder at all. In fact, it'd have a very clear motive. Vanity. It would be a murder of vanity. The problem with that sort of criminal is that he must say something or do something in some fantastic way or another. The problem with that sort of murderer is that he can't keep quiet about it. He wants to say something. He wants to boast about it. problem with that sort of murder, they must show it off in some auteur way, which will give him away. He has always done so, and he always will.
But then suppose your murderer was really ideal. I mean, brilliantly clever, competent murderer. I mean, I'm talking about a genius. Suppose he was alive to the fact that vanity was his Achilles heel, and went specially out of his way to see that he wasn't caught like that. I mean, I'm talking about a genius.
Certainly you are. The problem with that sort of murderer, though, is that he would not be able to help from keeping from talking about the fact that he was so brilliant and clever as he was, and so would give himself away all the same.
But he might just be so clever.
He might be. He's not. Wouldn't you agree?
Here we are, it's coming back again.
Oh, Lord, I'm getting sick of this film.
So am I.
Yeah, same here.
You know, I really ought to be going.
What a strange coincidence you two could go together.
Oh, it's absolutely awful.
Isn't it terrible? Are you really so going, you two?
Well, certainly. I mean, besides, it's only in New York, looks like. As a matter of fact, it's not raining that much. Yeah, it's not raining at all. If you guys are thinking of getting off.
Yes, I thought so. Thank you.
Another interesting coincidence.
Oh, you shut up.
Oh, excuse me. Hello? Yes? Hello? Hello? Yes? Yes, Mayfair X142, yes, hello? Hello? I'm sorry, it's really thundering at this end, I really can't hear you. Hello? Oh, yes, yes, he is, he's here, yes. Okay, just hold on, I'll bring him right over. All right, yeah. Mr. Johnstone?
Hello? 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 No one here. Hello? Yes. Dear, is that you, dear? Yes. Yes. No. Ronald's not here. Yes, that's right. Yes. Yes. Right, you are, dear. No. I'm sure, dear. I'm sure he just maybe he just cut off somewhere. Hello? Yes. I'll be getting back right away. Yes, dear. Right you are. Right you are. Goodbye. No, hasn't come back.
Hasn't come back.
No.
Oh, that's right, this poem.
Yes, that's what it must be.
Didn't you say he'd been to the Coliseum?
Yes, he did.
Starting to dislike the telephone tonight.
Was he expected back then, sir?
Apparently he arranged to get back to tea. The wife gets so alarmed if there's any hitch.
Sir, I'm sure he'll be back unless I make it home, sir.
Yes, I'm quite sure you're right. Well then, I think we should be off. Where did we leave our hats and coats at? I think I left them down.
Yes, sir, I'll go get them.
Oh, I know. We have your parcel all ready for you.
Oh, how sweet of you. Oh, thank you very much. That's a wonderful parcel.
Not that bad, is it?
I should say no, but yes. Thank you very much. Very convenient. Very convenient.
Here you go, sir. As a matter of fact, it's not raining at all. But I'm sure you would like a taxi, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would like a taxi. I would rather like to get back right away. You know, I just can't imagine where that boy's gotten up to. I've never known him to fail to return when he said he'd be back.
I'm sure he's very filial, sir.
Yeah, he is. Well, it only remains for me to say thank you for the most charming evening. To say nothing more of the most charming company. You know, the only thing more charming than the books, and that's saying a lot. So, good night.
Oh, good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Oh, good night, sir.
You know what? Got to give you something in return for those books.
No, sir.
Oh, no. I insist. You must have your swat. As we used to say, you must have your swat.
But he's forgetting them, sir.
Yeah, I guess that won't do with it. It's just like me. You know, I'm getting old. That's my problem. I'm getting old. All right.
This way, sir.
Good night.
I really ought to be going.
Oh, where are you off to?
Well, I'm going to East 16th Street.
Oh, then we'll get a taxi, shall we? And I'll drop you.
Thank you.
Where then do you live, Mr. Raglan?
Me? Oh, I live up in Gramercy.
Do you now? Yes, it'll be quite easy for you to drop.
Well, I wish you would drop your sarcastic remarks.
Pardon, I crave your pardon. I'm always expecting love's young dream when it's non-existent.
Oh.
Well.
Yes, I don't think I ought to be going.
Are you sure you wouldn't have another drink?
Oh, no, thank you anyway, but I really think I ought to be going. Take care.
Yes, I expect so.
If you two are still going up to Oxbridge tonight, I certainly would not let him drive.
What do you mean? Yes, Layla, you may be sure. I would not allow that. You should be ashamed of yourself, Brano.
You certainly ought.
What do you mean?
Well.
Do you?
Night, Brunello.
Indeed. Well. All well. God, I thought he got onto it. Ooh, Rupert. Yes. Well, you know what? So did I for a few moments. That's what the appeasancy of the evening, right? But he hadn't. Sure he hadn't. Quite sure. As a matter of fact, I rather wish he had. God, Rupert, what a queer lad. You know what, Brano? If he was with us, would he be this drunk? Yeah. I am not drunk. I'm not drunk. Yeah, right. But I'm not drunk. Wait a minute. Pull yourself together. Wait. I think I heard something. You're drunk. I think I heard the bell. Told you. Well, what else? I'll go check. It's Rupert. He left his cigarette case. Have you seen it? Well, it must be somewhere here. Hello. You came up.
Yes. I thought you'd give me another stop.
You're welcome, Rupert.
Though I beg your pardon,
Why?
humbly.
You ass.
What unmentionable fatigue.
What?
Living. I wonder if this is a way out. Try Omerism one day. The mighty Mahmud, the victorious lord, whom all the misbelieving and black horde of fears and horrors that infest the soul, slays with this enchanted sword. Brunello seems to agree with that.
Yes, but he will not get any more.
You're in a terrible state tonight, Brunello. You're positively silent, drunk.
I'm all right.
Though I say, must we have all this light?
What's wrong with the light?
Nothing is wrong with the light, my dear Brunello. Only I am a creature of happiness.
have a very pleasantly little shaded table lamp there. Can't we make use of it?
Yes, I quite agree. Yes, but I hope, Rupert, you're not going to settle down too heavily and make yourself too much at home. Because, we've got to be going in sometime.
That is much better. I'm sad tonight. What's the time?
About 5 and 20 to 11.
5 and 20 to 11. I expect you'll be wanting rid of me.
Oh, no, nothing of that sort, Rupert.
Good, because I don't wish to go home tonight. I'm sad, and you must bear with me. It's been such a strange evening.
Strange.
I don't know. I can't say that. My trouble, I suppose it's the thunder and one thing and another. Thunder always upsets me. Besides, I'm always melancholy at this hour. It's a curious hour, isn't it? Have you read Goldsmith's Lycidas?
No, I don't think I have not, no.
You should. It's about the city at night. I shall do it up one of these days, and I will make it 5 and 20 to 11. It's a wonderful hour. I am most susceptible to it.
Why so wonderful?
Because it is, I think, the hour when New York asks itself why. When it wants to know what it's all about, when the tedium of activity and the folly of pleasure are both equally transparent. It is the hour of the unemployed servant girl and the spoiled beauty of the slum are both walking the streets for hire. It is the hour of the winking advertisement sign and the taxis and the buses and the traffic lights. It is the hour in which the jaded New York theater audience is settling down in the darkness for the last act of the play, to which they know the denouement only all too well. And they know it is a simple matter of the curtains coming down and the final rounds of applause, for they are bundled out into a chilly and quite possibly rainy night to fight for taxis or rush to trains or otherwise transport themselves home to a cold supper in the prospect of another day tomorrow exactly the same as today. For still others, further horrors await. The nightclubs and cabarets have not yet opened their doors, but they shall do so very soon. 5 and 20 to 11, a horrible hour, a macabre hour. For it is an hour not only of pleasures ended, it is an hour in which pleasure itself has been found wanting. Yes, that is what it means to me. Moreover, it has been thundery. 5 and 20 to 11.
Yes, Rupert, yes. But by the time you have finished making your speech, it will be 11 o'clock. Now, Rupert, don't you see any earthly object in heaven?
No. Do you?
Yes, of course I do. But then, Rupert, I'm interested in things. Why don't you get interested in things, Rupert? Why don't you take up exploring, or baseball, or making love, or finance, or golf or something?
Or, as you suggested this evening, murder.
Or as you say, murder. Now, Rupert, we don't really want to turn you out.
Good, because you mustn't do that. You mustn't spoil my mood.
No. We're not spoiling any of your moves. It's just that Grano and I have to be going in some time. And we've got packing to do, one thing and the other.
Good, because you mustn't send me out. You mustn't send me home. I shall write something tonight if I go on like this. You can't possibly be so cruel. Can't I have another drink?
Certainly, Rupert. No hurry whatsoever. It's just that a poetic frame of mind will not be induced by a spectacle of me and Grano filling suitcases.
Oh, I don't know about that. Can't I stay and watch you two?
Well, we'll see. You know what, Rupert?
Hmm?
I've been drunk tonight too.
Oh, it is possibly so. I'll tell you what. I'll stay and see you two off.
Huh? Yeah. Grano, that's enough of that. Sorry, Rupert. Mind your own business. Grano, that's enough of that. That's enough of mind your own business. Well, it's not my business. You know what, Rupert? Why don't you stay and see us off? Why don't you finish that drink and let me know what you think about it? Doesn't look like we'll be getting off with Grano in this state.
I'm perfectly sober. But why does he want to stay and see us off? That's what I want to know. Why does he want to stay?
Grano! Rupert has no earthly reason to stay and see us off. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no doing anything with you, all right? Okay, I'm getting sick of this. Rupert, why don't you come along? Finish your drink and leave him alone with me.
Oh, I've got to go then.
What do you mean, you've got to go?
Oh, no, nothing whatsoever. Only for a moment it sounded as though you wanted me to go as well.
Oh, no, nothing of that sort. It's just that I'm getting fed up of the silly chatter. I just want to be alone with Grano. That's all. I don't want you to go.
You don't?
No.
Very well, then I shall stay.
You're in a weird mood tonight, Rupert.
No, not a queer mood, an inspired mood. One has such inspirations, don't you know? And you know what? I've had one tonight.
Yeah, what's that?
I shall tell you perhaps. You haven't such a thing as a pin, have you, Granola?
What?
A pin. Ah, so you do in your lapel. Thank you. And thank you. I shan't be long now.
Oh, no hurry whatsoever. Oh, almost 11 o'clock. It's like driving tonight after all.
No, there is something in the air tonight. Did you catch your Johnstone's exit?
No, what about it?
Very subdued. A little pathetic. Oh well. I must be off. What's it doing out there?
Better now.
And so to bed.
Yes, well, thank you for coming.
No, the pleasure was mine.
And all that.
Mine entirely.
Hey! Hold your filthy tongue! Listen to me, hey! Rupert.
Yes.
This has nothing to do with you, all right? Grano and I have a certain trouble that concerns nobody else. Will you please do us a favor and leave us to it?
Brandon, won't you tell me of your troubles? I might be able to help.
No, I will not tell you of our trouble. Please go. This has nothing to do with you.
It may have nothing to do to me, but I think it has something to do with the public at large. And seeing as I am the only member of it in appearance tonight, won't you tell me of your troubles?
Are you or are you not?
No, Brandon, I'm not going. You see, I'm rather awkwardly situated.
There's something more than that, my friend.
Oh? What's that?
You're very dangerously situated. Very dangerously indeed.
Brandon, I am lame and have no protection.
You have not!
Say that of my foresight, just foresight. But this is a compensation as well as a hindrance. Besides, I have another little weapon here that I hold even greater value of.
Oh yeah? And what's that?
This? A whistle. A policeman gave it to me.
Oh yeah? And when did he give that to you?
He gave it to me less than 20 minutes ago before I came back up for my cigarette case. He is waiting at that corner there for me to use it. But whether or not I use it will be decided by you.
What do you want from me, Rupert?
I want two things. Two truths. The truth about this ticket here and the truth about this chest here, or rather, its contents.
Well, I can satisfy you on both. As a ticket, I don't know what you mean. As a chest, I don't know what you're talking about.
You have succeeded at satisfying me on neither.
Okay, Rupert. I think you are hopelessly drunk and you need to go home.
I may be drunk, but not hopelessly so, and I am not going home.
What's all this about? What's all this maudlin suspiciousness?
This is not maudlin suspiciousness, Brandon. This is well-founded suspiciousness. Ever since I called this house at 9:15 and heard your friend there crying out for the darkness, suspicion has been there, and it has been growing ever since.
Growing ever since? What do you want? What do you suspect?
I suspect murder!
No.
The murder of Ronald Kentley!
Rupert, have you gone mad?
Maybe I have. Perhaps you will prove it so.
You suspect what? Did you say? release me. I thought you don't know the real truth, which I mean devilishly awkward. Murder! Oh my God, that's good. Ronald, you hear that? Murder! Murder! Isn't that too rich?
It's impossible you were trying to bluff me.
Bluff you, drunken sort and maniac. Bluff you. You know what? Get out of here. Take your bloody whistle, blow it, bring your blizzard in here, and do what you like.
I will not, but since you say that I may do what I like, may I see the inside of this chest?
See the inside of this chest. You get the inside of 50,000 chests. Now get on out.
I did not ask to see the inside of 50,000 chests. I have to see the inside of this chest here. And I can't do that, but to get on out.
You're mad and you're drunk.
Maybe so. Nevertheless, may I see the inside of this chest?
Yes.
All right, then I will.
Go on. What you waiting for?
You're very clever in any case, Brandon.
Wish I would say the same for you, you fantastic ass.
It's locked. Padlocked.
Well, what of it?
Where's the key?
I don't know. How would I know? Upstairs, I think.
Upstairs.
Yeah, let me get it.
No. Sit down. You don't need to do that. I can force it. I can force it.
Okay, here's your key. Here's your key. I'll see what's coming for you.
Thank you.
You'll be sorry.
Sit down. Sit down. I will take that risk. Oh, you swine! Oh, you dirty swine!
No, listen to me, Rupert. Listen. Sit down. I want to talk to you, all right?
Oh, poor Ronald Catlin. What have they done to you?
For God's sake, just sit down, all right? I want to talk to you.
What?
For God's sake, just sit down, all right? I just want to talk. I can explain.
Explain!
For God's sake, just sit down, all right? Just sit down. I'm at your mercy. I'm at your mercy. Just sit down and judge me. Sit down and judge me. Rupert, you're an enlightened man, aren't you?
Yes, I profess to be.
It's in your power to have me hanged.
Yes.
And Granello, too.
Granello, too.
Okay, listen. You remember I talked tonight about Old Bailey and justice?
Yes.
The difference between the two. You made the point. You would not give me up to justice. Right? Now, I have another question for you. You're not a man of morals, are you? No. And you don't rate life as a very precious thing.
No, I don't.
Now listen, Rupert, listen. I have done this thing. Grano and I have done this thing. We have done this for danger, for adventure, for danger. You read Nietzsche, didn't you?
Yes?
Yes, you have. Remember back in those days? And he tells us to live dangerously, right?
Yes?
Yes. And you know this than anybody else, that he doesn't have much respect for individual life, right? So we thought we would live dangerously. We thought we would do so. And we have done so. Others just talk about the thing, but we have done the thing. Others just talk about it, but we have done it. You understand it, right?
Go on.
He's understanding. Grano, he's understanding. You're one man to understand, Rupert. I mean, okay. Even if you can't see this from where we look at it, you can't give us up. Two lives can't recall one. It would be a triple murder. You would never allow that. Right? Right? Now, okay. Now, apart from all this too, man, our lives are in your hands. Mine! Not just mine. Grandma's lives are in your hands, man. You would never do that. You're not a murderer, are you, Rupert?
What are you?
Well, we aren't. We aren't. Don't tell me you're a slave of the period, Rupert. In the days of burghers, you thought nothing about this. But for God's sake, tell me you're an emancipated man, Rupert. Tell me. You can't give us up. You know you can't.
You can't! You can't. Can you?
Yes, I know that there's every truth in what you have said. This is a strange, dark, and queer universe, and I understand it none. I have always attempted to apply only the purest logic to it, and the application of logic can bring us down strange paths. It has done so in this case. You have taken my own words and thrown them back into my face, and a man has to stand by his own words. I shall never trust in logic again. You say that I hold life cheap. Right, I do. Your own included.
What do you mean? What do I mean? What do I mean? I mean that you have taken and killed by strangulation a very harmless and helpless fellow creature of 20 years. I mean that in that chest there lies the staring and futile remains of someone that was him 4 hours ago, lived and laughed and ran and sounded good, laughed as you could never laugh and ran as you could never run. I mean that for your cruel and scheming pleasure, you have committed a sin and a blasphemy against that very life which you yourself now hold so precious. And you have done more than that. You've done more than just killing. You have invited everyone around you tonight and ruined their lives. And you have committed a fate worse than death to that of his father, an equally harmless and helpless old man who has worked hard to bring himself to a calm and peaceful end, and whose whole life forever after will be blackened and distorted beyond the limits of thought. And in inviting him around here tonight, you have played a lewd and an infamous jest on us all. And a bad jest at that! And if you think, as your type of philosopher generally does, that all of life is nothing more than a bad joke, well, you will now have the pleasure of seeing it be played upon yourself. What are you saying? What are you doing? It is not what I am going to do, Brandon. It is what society is going to do too. And what will happen to you at the hands of society, I can't say. That's its own business. But I can make a pretty shrewd guess. You are going to hang. Oh yeah!